Good morning, students. Once again, welcome back to computer science class. In the last class, we completed what is a disk scheduling and two algorithms of disk scheduling we completed. Right? Actually, what is a disk scheduling? Disk scheduling is a process. It is nothing but it is a mechanism. It is a mechanism of arranging request. Okay, which reduces the unnecessary rotation of the disk head. Okay. So under that we completed two algorithms. The first one is the first in first out, and the second one is shortest seeking time. Okay, that two algorithms we completed, and today here I am going to explain the next disk scheduling algorithm, that is a scan disk scheduling algorithm. Okay. So in this algorithm, actually how the process should be done is, how the servicing to the request is done is, here example, we'll take the different types of cylinders here. Example, here these are the track numbers, and here it is the time. So when disk head is moving from one place to another place, here you have a different slots like this, track numbers. 0, example 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. Example, these are the track numbers, and this is nothing but the time. Example 10, 20, 30, 40 like this. Okay, so when these are the track numbers and this is the time example. So in this algorithm, actually what happened is, the disk head start from one position. Example, here the disk head is starting at 100. Example, here 120, 140, 160 like this, 180. Example. So actually where the disk head is starting 100 here. So it will start from one end and it will reach as the other end like this. And after reaching other end, again it starts in a reverse direction like this. So when it is moving from one end to the another end, whatever requests are there, request means the track numbers are there between one end to another end. Example, here you have a 85, we have a 65, we have a 43, we have example 23, we have example. I want to read the track numbers. So when it is coming down to the one end, whatever request track numbers are there, that will be serviced. And after moving to the one end, again it will go to the reverse direction. Example, we have a request at 137, example 180 like this. So from this end, it will move to the reverse direction like this. Okay, so one end to another end. Again it will move the reverse direction from one end to the another end. So when it is moving from one end to the another end, whenever it reaches to the particular cylinder, okay, cylinder means there you have a track numbers. So whatever requests are there in that particular cylinder, that will be serviced and it will move to the next end. That's it. We have only this point in a scan scheduler algorithm. It will start at one end and it will move down to the another end. When it is coming to the another end, when it is moving to the another end, when it comes to a particular cylinder, whatever requests are there in that cylinder, that will be serviced. And when it is moved to when it reaches to the other end, again it in the reverse direction, it will move to another end. Okay, it is just like elevator, it's just like a lift. First it will come down. And example is the first floor, second floor, third floor. It will provide the services and it will reach us to the one end. Again in the reverse direction or in another direction, it will move up and down. So that is why this scan scheduling algorithm is called as a elevator algorithm. Because whatever functionality, whatever servicing is there, that is similar to that elevator. So that is why this algorithm is called as a scan elevator algorithm. Clear? In this, only one point is there. It will start at one end. And when it, example, right now we are at 100 track. And whatever requests are there from 100 to the 0, all the requests are serviced. And again when it reaches to the 0, it will move in a reverse direction. 0 to the last one. So between here, from 0 to again whatever services, example here you have a service. That will be service and it will move to the other end. Again after providing this, again it will move to the down, another end. Okay, coming down and moving up. Coming up and move, up and down it will move. So between wherever, in whichever cylinder the requests are there, that services are provided. Clear? Only this is about the scan scheduling algorithm. Now the same point I'll explain with an example. Okay. Now here we have some input and output request. This request will serve by using a scan disk scheduling algorithm. Okay. So as already explained, it will start at one end. Imagine example here, it is starting from 100. So this here is our point. Next, it will move down. First it will move down. So 100, which one is the nearest example? 1. Next 2. After this 3, 4. So downwards we'll see first. So from 100 to it is 89. Like this example here, 89. Here we think it is 89. Next 89. From 89, 100 minus 89 plus 89 to 60, like this. Again 89 minus 60 plus 60 to 42. Yeah. Again 62, sorry, not 60, 60 to 42 plus 42 to, which one is the nearest? 23. 42 to 23. Example. Now, after 23, again in the decreasing order, we don't have a request. So like this. So directly it will move to the 0. So from here to here, it is a one end. Now, after that again it will move in a reverse direction. Clear? Reverse direction request, it is 132. Okay. From here again it will move to the 132. Here example. It is 132. Again we'll take 132 minus 0 plus. Next 132, what is the next one? 187. Like this. 187. So 132 minus 187. Now total heads you need to calculate. Right here it is 11. You calculate total heads now. Now you can see here it is starting from 100. 100 minus 89. Next 89 to 60. 89 to 60. Okay, 89 to 60. Again from 60 to 42. 60 to 42, 42 to 23, 23 to 0. Next again from 0 to 132. 132 to 187. So it is here one end, it is moving from one end to another, means in this way it is coming down. Next after reaching to the one point, again it is moving up. Okay, like a lift, like elevator, it is moving from one, means it is moving up and down. Okay, so when it is moving up and down, whatever requests are there between in that direction, all the requests are serviced. Okay, so here you can see first 100 minus 89, 11, 89 minus 60, 29, 60 minus 42, okay, 18 plus 42 minus 23, so 11, 100 minus 89, 11, once you get 29, 60 minus 42, it's 22 again here, 22 plus 18, next 132, 55. Okay, the total head movement is 287 once you calculate with the different head movements. Understood? Only one point is there, one end to another end, it will come down. Next from the other end it will move up to another end. And that is the reverse direction, up and down. Clear? So you calculate total head movement. Here the total head movement is 287. Oh, and what advantage you have here is, for example, right now we are in 100. If any request is there at 18 or 90, immediately that request is serviced. But if any request is there, means example right now it is 100. If it is a 125 or 130, that request means that should wait till it comes in a reverse direction. That only the disadvantage of the scan scheduling. Okay, understood? Scan scheduling, it will move from one end to another end. For the second end, it will move in the reverse direction. When it is moving in a reverse direction, whatever requests are there between one end to another end, all the requests are serviced. Okay, the best advantage is the request which is very near to the current point, that will be serviced immediately. Clear? This is about scan scheduling. Next we have a C-scan scheduling. You note down this. I will explain the same request with the C-scan scheduling. You take screenshot of this. So here we have a one more disk scheduling algorithm, C-scan, and it is a enhanced of scan scheduling. Means enhancement of scan scheduling means here it will work similar to scan scheduling only. Means example, this is a disk scheduling. Will present on the graph. It is at the current position like this, down and up, down and up. Means it will move from one point and it will move, it will reaches to the, when it reaches to the other end, it will change its direction in a reverse order. So it is similar to scan scheduling only. Means it will move from one end to the another end. When it is moving from one end to another end, whatever requests are there between, in this way, all the requests are serviced. Okay, see, it is similar to scan only. Okay, but what is the variation? What is the difference between scan and C-scan? Actually, C-scan is called as a circular scan scheduling. In this, what happened? When point header moves to one end, when pointer moves to one end, it will change the direction. So, but when it will change the direction, example, here right now we are in 100. When the other end is example 190. So it is moving in an upward direction, example like this. When it reaches to the other end, immediately it will come to the initial point, starting of the head. Again it will start. So every moment when it reaches to the end, immediately it will come to a initial point. So that is why it is called as a circular scan. Understood? In this, the head movement start at one position. When it reaches to the other end, immediately it will come to the starting position of the head. Again from here it will start its position. Means it will start it traveling. From starting to again to the next servicing. Understood? Only one point is there, Amma. Like a scan scheduling, it will start in one end. When it start at one end, it will move to the another end. Over. When it reaches to the another end, immediately it will come and touch the initial point of the head movement. Again from here, it will travel. It start its traveling and it will provide the services to the different heads. Whereas in scan scheduling, there is no question of touching a initial point. But here every head, when it moves to the other head, when it reaches to the other head, immediately it will touch the initial point. So that is why it is called as a circular scan. So here I will explain with the example. Here I have given some input and output request, and this will present on the graph. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, example 200. imagine the initial point is at 100 here. We are right now, the head moment is 100. So after 100 I am looking. If you want to move to the downward also, you can move, no problem. So here example first 100. After 100, what is the next point? 132. Here example 132. After 132, 187 example. So after 187, immediately it will come down at 0. Next, after 0, what is the next one? 23. Here. After 23, 42. Here. Here. Next, after 42, 60. After 60, 89. Yeah, example. Again, it will move like this. Okay, just only one extra point what we added here. Initial point to the one end. It may be down or it may be up. Okay. Again, after that, immediately it will touches the initial point. So, when it will move to the other end, immediately it will touches the initial point, starting point. Only that is a variation. So here I have given some input and output request. You can see 23 means a track number. 23, 89, 132. Same track numbers I have given for each and every algorithm. Okay. So the initial point is example 100. You can take this direction or you can change the direction. Now here you can see right now we are at 100. Okay. So next 100 to 89. 100 to 89. 89 to 60, 60 to 42, 42 to 23, 23 to 0. Like this, yes. Next, immediately after the 0, it is going to 200, right? 200. 200 to, what is the immediate point here? Actually, it is 200 to 187. 187. So it will come to 187 from 200 to 187, 187 to 132. Like this. Means from 0, it is directly moving to 200, another end. And again it is coming back. You can calculate the total head movements. 100 minus 89 means 11 plus 19, 60, 29 plus 18, 42 minus 19, 23 plus 200, here 13 to 150. Like that you calculate. Okay, total head moment you calculate. Only one point is there. From one point it will move to the initial, again initial to the another point. Okay, so this is about C-scan scheduling. Now one more algorithm disk scheduling is there, that is a look scheduling. Okay, that will be the last disk scheduling algorithm. Total how many algorithms you have in your syllabus? First in, first out, shortest seeking time, scan, C-scan and the look. 5 disk scheduling algorithms we have, and out of that 5 disk scheduling algorithms already we completed 4 disks. The last one is a look disk scheduling algorithm. Now we'll discuss that. Okay. Now the last disk scheduling algorithm is a look scheduling algorithm. So actually it is a same, it is an improved version. It is improved version of scan. Okay, it is an improved version of a scan means it will move from one direction to another direction. When it moves to the one end, again it will change its direction. Okay, but only one difference is there. This is the first point, the second point. So example, I will present on the graph. Present point is here. It is coming, the last point is a 23 according to the previous example. So when it is come to the 23, again it won't move to the 0. Just immediately it will check the what is the next input request. Example, after 23, 46, 48 is there. Immediately it will move to the 43. It won't go to the end of the graph, end of the disk. Understood here? It is similar to scan, means here also the head movement will move from one point to another point, one end to another end. But the thing is, when it is moving, it is traveling, it finds that there is no request in the same direction again. Then what happened? Immediately it will change the direction. Only that is the point. Okay, it is similar to scan. Okay, scan means what? It will move the head from one point to another point, one end to another end. When it is traveling, it found that there is no further request. Immediately it will change the direction. Okay, so that is why it is called as a look scheduling. Why it is called as a look scheduling means it will look whether the next request is there or not in the same direction. If it found that there is no request in the same direction, then it will change the direction. Clear? So this is about the look scheduling algorithm, look disk scheduling algorithm. It will look for the next request in the same direction. If the request is there in the same direction, then it will move, means it will travel, means it will provide services to that request. If it is found that there is no further request in the same direction, it will change the direction. Okay, so whatever example I have given in the previous algorithm, with the same example I will explain look scheduling also. Okay, as I already explained, it starts from a one position. Say example 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200. So it is starting from 100. So 100 to 89. 100 to 89 example. Now 89 to 60. 60 to 42. 42 to 23. Okay. 100 to 89 example. 89 to 60. 60 to 42. 42 to 23. So in the previous algorithm, it will move to the next end like 0. But here what happened? It is not moving to a 0. Again 23 to immediately 132. Immediately 132 like this here. Again 132, 187. Like that. Okay. You can see the total head movement. It is a 241. 100 minus 89. Next 89 minus 60. 60 minus 42 plus 42 minus 23. 23 minus 132. You calculate. You will get 241 total head movements you will get. Okay. So this is about your disk scheduling algorithm. Here whenever any user is requesting for files, more than one file if they are requesting. So one file may reside in a one track. So it is a process of arranging that request in the order. Which track should be served first? Which track should be served later? That process is called as a disk scheduling. So here we have a different types of disk scheduling algorithm based on the less head movement. Based on the less head movement, we'll select one algorithm. Okay. So here in this disk scheduling algorithm, few algorithms I have explained. Okay. The first one is a first in first out. Okay. According to whichever track is requesting user first, that will be served first. Next shortest seek time means which is example right now is 100. Which is the shortest time? Means immediately shortest to the current track 100 to 89. So whichever track is having a less time, that will be served first. Next is scan. It will move from one end to the other end. Means when it is moving from one end to another end, whatever track number requests are there, that will be served, and it will move in an elevator fashion. Clear? C-scan is similar to that only, but when it is come to one end, immediately it will move to the another end. Okay, it will move to the starting point. That is a C-scan. Next, the look scan. In the look scan, actually what happened? It will see the next request is there or not in the same direction. If the next request is not there in the same direction, it will change the direction. That's it about look scan scheduling algorithm. So this is about your disk scheduling algorithm.